Excuse me, we call the administrative meeting to order. Welcome everybody for being here today. All the commissioners are here. We have Miss Jackie back. Glad to have her. I don't know if she's been fully released or if the doctor just got tired of dealing with her and telling her no. But, welcome back to the way. She's going strong. Any announcements or anything that anybody needs to talk about before Monday? No, sure.
So schools are back in session and going back in session next week.
Yep. Watch out for the big yellow school buses. And
that's the city started yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Don't be absent-minded like me one day talking to Commissioner Herring over here, and I drive past the school bus with the arm out, and I'm like, well, I'll be talking. Sure enough, I got the fine or in the mail a few days later.
Sorry that I didn't.
Yeah, it was a great, good conversation. But,
That must have been a good one.
I don't know about that, but I was not paying attention like I should have. All right, we have item number 1 is a request to appoint Chester South to the Houston County Department of Human Resources Board. There is vacancy there. This is the recommendation that has come back. Any questions, comments on this item?
No objection.
Any objection to place this item on the agenda?
No objection.
Okay. Item number 2 is a request to appoint James Ellis to the Dothan and Houston County Intellectual Disabilities Board to fill an unexpired term. I had resignation in the letter. It doesn't say he resigned, but that's beside the point. Mr. Ellis is the recommendation, excuse me, from Dana Strickland, Executive Director. I'm assuming the board as well. Any questions or comments on this item?
No.
Any objection to placing this item on the agenda?
No objection.
3. Oh, this is a good one. Item 3 is a request to approve updated Houston County Sanitation Department policies. So we have been talking about this, especially since we started working on the budget. Excuse me. The last time, now there is an increase that's proposed, but it's not a general increase. So if you just be patient, I'll explain this. The last time we increased the fees was November 1st, 2022. That was $15 to $20. We added the debris or the knuckle boom service. And I guess I'll take this point to clarify because I get this question quite a bit. You know, we're driving up and down the road. We pick up, refrigerators, household goods, but we don't pick up limbs. Obviously, and I think it's a legitimate question. Why are we not picking up limbs? When we originally proposed this increase, my thought was, okay, if we're going to do this, what kind of benefit can we have? We had a lot of trash, mattresses laying beside the road. So what if we could pick up them for free or included the price? And what if we also included the limb pickup? But after Barkley got to looking into it, we'd have to raise that fee quite a bit. I mean, you can pick up limbs all day. Every day of the week. So we decided we still charge for that, and that's really to encourage people to burn out the county. But anyway, so let's get into the changes and the backdrop of well, I'm going to come back to that. So let's go through the changes. So there were some questions. There have been some questions in the past about, well, did the commission, we charge if there's a credit card fee. So when we charge, $20, we have to collect that full amount. We can't sort of eat it on the credit card fees. Mm-hmm. And someone had asked the question, well, did the commission ever approve that? Well, we're statutorily, we're well within our rights to charge that fee, but just to clear up any confusion that may linger out there, we're going to explicitly put that in there. And there's no set amount next to that. So this is not really a change. We're already doing this. So this is not going to affect the price of anything, but we're going to put it in here. And as you can see, there's no amount, there's no percent, because I think we all know, those of us that are in business, that those credit card fees as a percentage tend to go up over time until somebody does something about that. Used to, ACH was free. Now they're charging for that because they can. So anyway, as those fees adjust, our what we charge the customers, unfortunately, we'll have to adjust as well. Replacement, let's see, additional garbage can container. So this is really what we're changing, the meat and potatoes. Right now, you pay, correct me if I'm wrong, Parkley, you pay $120 for an additional can. Correct. 125. So you pay $125 for an additional can. That's a one-time fee. So we have some customers out here that have several cans. And then we pick up, several times the amount of garbage, spend more time at an address. We also have more fees at the landfill because we have more volume, but they're paying the same thing over the long run. Another thing that Stacy, and I hadn't thought about this, Stacy pointed this out this morning, is that a lot of these cans are several years old. Right now, when they need to be replaced, we can't charge the customer another fee just because it's got to be replaced. We got to take it one for free. I think in retrospect, we should have done this to begin with, but we didn't. That's fine. So what is being proposed here after some internal discussions is if you have one can, you're not going to pay anything more than what you're paying right now. That is going to stay the same. But if you have an additional can, you're going to be charged $10 more per month. So that obviously that behooves the question. We've already had people that have bought those containers. So they've already bought the container, and now we're going to start charging them every month. So Stacy, why don't you talk about what that's going to, how that's going to work?
What we're going to do for the current people who have a second can now, they will be charged the $10 extra fee for 1 year. So we'll get their grandfathered in for 1 year. So you won't recognize any revenue until October 1st of 2027. At that time, we'll start charging all those cans. And as of this morning, I think we have like 2,832 second cans.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who have second cans. And now starting October 1st, if you come in and you want a second can, you can have it. And we'll start charging those $10, but your current 2,832, we won't charge those until October 1st of 2027.
And you won't, going forward, you won't pay $125 and be charged $10. What this proposal is, you're just going to start being charged that
You'll
extra
just
$10.
get charged $10 for each of these.
Per month.
Per month. So that's the revenue change that's been proposed. We're also making some technical changes. We've got, and this is really kind of the first step of this, we're probably looking at doing a local bill next year to really address some of these concerns. But, we've got to clean up the county. Right. So we've gotten a lot of these mattresses, these old couches that we used to see beside the road. That's really no longer an issue on county right away, with the exception of mobile home parks, trailer parks. So currently, if I have a mobile home park and I've got 20 or 100 trailers in there, I'm not, as the owner, I'm not paying that sanitation fee. Those individual owners, lot owners, renters, whatever, they're the ones that's paying for that. And that is where most of our problems with collections comes in. And we have issues with some of them just refusing to pay, refusing to get containers. And of course, the court can force them to do that, but that's a whole process. And it leads to just junk laying around in the trailer parks, around the trailer parks. We've had trailer park owners having to rent equipment to go clean up this mess repeatedly. So I think, obviously, I expect there be some property owners that will be opposed to this. I would think whether we hear from them or not it remains to be seen. But I think this, at the end of the day, is going to be better for them. They will just charge this to the people that rent, and then and we'll just charge one person. So anyway, I think that will fix that issue. We may do some other stuff. Again, that's some things that Commissioner Ivy and I have been talking about later on.
Are we gonna put a dumpster at that? Or we just gonna build? Okay, so you're just gonna build the owner. Okay.
Yeah, and
many lots you have. Right.
to get ahead of our skis a little bit, that's one thing we're looking at in this bill is possible
Okay.
of requiring these trailer park owners to have a dumpster on site, and we just get out of it completely. I think that would be better for everybody. And we've got a trailer park on Petaway Trace.
Yeah, they're on Fulton.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, it's like a dump site, and, you know, we can fix that if we could. Right now, we can't. If we could require them to have an adequate sized dumpster, adequate being determined by our sanitation. What's that technical term? I always forget sanitation. Officer,
Waste,
solid waste officer. Yes, thank you.
solid waste.
I always forget that.
Now, I do have a question on this.
Yes,
as far as the mobile home parks. I'm not sure exactly if we have many of them out there anymore. Used to, there was some that rented the lots and the individual person owned the mobile home. So how are we going to determine between who's the owner of the mobile home in that park?
I don't think that, I think the owner of when they put the rent out there, when they rent the spot, then that includes your sanitation,
Okay.
and they pass it on to the person who has the trailer there.
Okay.
And it'll be, the problem we're having is the collections, and the people don't know when they move out, they either leave the can there when somebody moves in, so this'll alleviate all that. When they move in, the can will be there, the owner of the mobile home park has it, he can just pass the, sanitation bill to the rental.
The lot.
Who's gonna be the gate guard on when you have someone that moves out to?
They will.
They will.
The owner's gonna pay us now for every lot.
If there's 10 lots in there,
Suppose there ain't nobody that, suppose they don't have that spot rented.
they can come in and,
They'll have to let us know.
they'll have to let us know and terminate the service, and they will. They won't pay for it if they're not getting service, and then they'll just call when another renter comes in, we'll take it back out there too.
Okay.
Any other questions before I continue?
Yes.
Okay. There is proposals to go up on the bulk trash pickup. I've got the new rates. Do you remember what the old, I think we've got that in.
Yeah.
Minimum load would be 75, this is proposed. Half truck load 150, full truck load 225. Yard debris, same thing, minimum 75, half 150, and a full 225. I think there's one other item. Contractor generated debris is subject to a minimum charge of $400, and that's, to be honest with you, encourages them to get their own dumpster, which we don't need to be in the contracting business. That is the proposed changes. I know that's quite a bit. And the reason we're looking at this now, or this is projected 2026, 2027, projected revenue for sanitation, 3.89 million, projected expenses over 4 million. So we're projected to be underwater starting next year. And so if we're underwater, obviously now we're in a situation where we have to take money out of the general fund to supplement sanitation. And as we all know, we're dealing with an albatross down the road that we've got to be very careful. So that's the what, that's the why. Questions or discussion? Thoughts? Good. All right. Any objection placing this item on the agenda for Monday?
No objection.
Item number 4 is request to enter into a construction agreement with the Alabama Department of Transportation for resurfacing North Broadway Street from US Highway 84 to Main Street. Any questions? Any objections to placing this item on the agenda?
No objection.
Okay. Item number 5 is a request to approve budget amendment in the amount of $61,522.74 for material used in assisting the town of Webb with pipe work on Miller Street and Kirkland Street with a total value of project being $169,558.76. Questions or comments on this item?
The county's paying the whole 169,000.
That's the value for that project. That's how much it's gonna cost for the bridge to do that project. Town's only gonna pay for the
The pipe, okay.
$61,522.
No,
Eat the rest of it.
no,
Again, it's something we may have to, may be forced to look at pretty soon, changing that policy. Anyway. Where we're at, and asking our staff to make sacrifices, we want to make some tough decisions. Did I ask if there's any objection to placing that on the agenda? I don't think I did. Any objection to placing that item on the agenda?
no objection.
Item number 6 is a request to approve budget amendment out of $31,608 for materials used in the town of Cowarts. Pipe work with a total value of the project being $134,586.04.
And the same thing, they pay for material, we're just doing this. Okay.
Any other?
Something that's gonna need to be done for about 5 years now, 4 years. It's the second time it's been addressed.
Yeah. Just one of those that's been hanging out there for,
Yeah, there was some administrative issues with it.
Previous money.
that's all like that, administrative issues. I was looking for the right words. Any objection to placing this item on the agenda?
No objection.
Item number 7 is a request to approve budget amendment, in the amount of $45,961.40 for material used in assisting the town of Rehoboth with the pond/green space work with a total value of the project being $327,269.06. Questions or comments?
Same question, same thing.
This is, well, it is some pipe, some dirt.
Any objection to placing this item on the agenda?
No objection.
Item number 8 is a request to approve budget amendment for purchasing fuel. So the current budget is $539,280. The amended budget that's being requested is $714,280. That's a net increase of $175,000. I want to complain about it before we add it to the agenda.
No, because anybody can look even in their own personal life, how much their fuel bill has increased over the last year. Should understand that as many vehicles that the county's got going, how much this has increased.
And actually, we're going to order $300,000 worth of fuel to come down at the end of the year. But like the sheriff department has an account, sanitation has an account, so they'll actually pay for part of it.
Got it.
175 of that is for the bridge. We're already in the negative.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha. How's the fuel budget for the sheriff? Where y'all at?
It's getting slim.
What does it?
It's getting slim. And this ain't nobody's fault.
No,
No.
I mean, it's,
No, it's just
It is
the
what it
way
is.
things have gone here lately.
All right, well, any objection to placing that item on the agenda?
No objection.
Anything else to be considered for the agenda for Monday by a member of the commission?
No,
At this point, I'll entertain a motion to, thank you. We will reconvene on Monday.